Hey, this is Ryan at Prolific. We specialize in small business and especially service business, brand design, vehicle wrap design, logo design, and also brand strategy. Most of the time when people come to us, they come to us because they're looking for a vehicle wrap that stands out. You get anywhere from 40 to 70,000 impressions per vehicle per day that's on the road full time. So a lot of times people come to us wanting to create a vehicle wrap that really stand out and grab attention, or they're looking for a logo design that looks more professional, looks more like them, right? But when we dig in a little bit further with them, what we're hearing is actually problems that are actually a little bit deeper. Problems like we're having trouble standing out. We're doing all kinds of marketing, but we feel like it should do better than it does. We deal with people that would like to raise their prices or feel they create tremendous value, but maybe it's just not working towards their bottom line as much as they would like. And this is a big one that we hear a lot, is it's hard to find great employees. Why can't I find anybody that can do things the way we want, etc.? So these are some of the deeper problems that people are experiencing. They're coming to us saying, hey, we need a logo, we need a van wrap, but these are kind of the main underlying issues that they're really trying to solve. And all of these kind of come down to a few things. Really what they're saying is we need more of the right people choosing us. That's the right clients, the right team members. We need more of the right people choosing us, and we need a greater awareness for our brand, and we need those right people to prefer us over all other options, right? Because if you can become the preferred option to the right people, both the right customers and the right employees, if they prefer you, you have what's called brand equity. That means that when you have brand equity, people will pay you more money. You'll have a more trusting experience with your employees. If they get a job offer for more money, but they enjoy working with you more, they're going to be more apt to want to work with you. And not only that, is on the day-to-day interactions that they have with your clients, the rest of your team members, they're going to be more engaged. They're going to feel a better sense of purpose. They actually have something that they're working towards other than just do the job in front of me, so that we can go out into the marketplace and do something that is significantly different and more appealing and therefore preferred in the market than anyone else. So if we can get this awareness and this preference thing right, we'll fix everything else, right? Have you ever seen, as you go into a store, big price swings between certain things, even though they're seemingly the same thing? In this case with medicine, it's really interesting because these are literally chemically the exact same thing. They have to be chemically identical by law. But check this out. This is over a 200% difference between these two products. And why is it that most people will actually still choose this one, even though it's more than double the price? Why is that? This is a brand that we've created for a company called Spartan Plumbing. They started out as JMK Plumbing, and they came to us again with those same problems. Hey, our logo stinks, we're not standing out, and then we're kind of getting those underlying problems, right? And within 2 years, this company quadrupled their business, okay? And from month to month, they were actually able to double just in 1 month, not only their revenue, but their average ticket went up over double. And so it's just a dramatic change that happened. How does this happen? Because we created something that was able to give them more awareness and to be preferred by their ideal market and their ideal team members, so they could grow the right team and then serve the right customers, right? We see this type of stuff all around us, but we're like, well, maybe this doesn't apply to small business or service business. It absolutely does. We've seen some dramatic changes happen, but it's not just the logo, it's this entire brand thing. And so I want to show you something that I've created, which is called a Fractal Brand system. And so this kind of breaks down really what this whole strategy thing is about and how it leads into the work that we do. Basically, if you have a brand model that is not a fractal brand model, it's essentially therefore becomes inherently incohesive. You have different parts of your business and communication that just aren't really connected very well. There's no cohesion. Eventually, it kind of is just a blur. You don't really stand out. There's no really clear understanding of who you are, what you're trying to accomplish. This is a fractal brand model where we start with your core belief. We identify then your brand personality and your key aptitudes. And when you have these things, inherently you will have a unique brand because you uniquely stand for something. You have a unique personality and a unique set of aptitudes. And when we combine all of these unique things, if you think about it, everybody's like, well, I know I need a brand that stands out. I know I need to be different in the market, but I don't know how to do that. Here's the cool thing. You already have a unique brand. You are already unique. The issue is that we have this stuff, but we don't have clarity and definition around them, so we can't use them. Where we can actually scale them into the touch points. So as we go out, these little tiny little marks, they're representative of us going out and applying our brand to our touch points. So that's your logo, that's your visuals, that's your marketing, that's the marketing communications and one-liners and the website. It's how we answer the phone. It's the experiences that we create for our customers, and all of those will add up to a sum that is one idea. Every great piece of communication stems from one place and then outward from there, so that this way we have this kind of cohesive communication as a whole. Any great book, like the truly great books, they stem from one idea and branch out from there, right? It's how all great communication happens, and this is what we apply to your business through the work that we do. A couple examples of this, Chick-fil-A, and their core belief is around being a great servant. But this little tiny counter right here, I don't know if you've seen this in their restaurant, but this is a little counter that they've created specifically for people to go up and ask for additional requests. Why is this important? Well, you can't get your own drink at a Chick-fil-A. They're the only fast food restaurant that doesn't have a drink station on the outside of the counter. It's only behind the counter. Why? Because they decided that we don't want to have a self-serve drink station. They're not about being self-service, promoting self-serving. They want to serve you. So they've actually taken their brand fundamentals and applied it to every single touch point across the board with the client experience. And they've created a unique experience that you can only have at their restaurant. And that's why they stand out. It's simple, but it is challenging, right? So all it is we just have to take the time and the care to define these things and then figure out how to apply them. And so our job is to do that, is to give you that foundation and then build the visuals that fit within that. But then your job will then be to applying this to how you do business. And the cool part is in many ways you're already doing this. But this just gives you the clarity so you can continue to do it. It gives you an actual system that you can scale outwardly from there. So here's an example with a service business. This company called Wise Coatings. They started out under 2 years ago. Their fourth or fifth business in month was the first time where they hit six figures in that month. So I believe it was month either 4 or 5. They did over $100,000. They now have, like I said, they're almost at the 2-year mark. They have something like 9 locations nationwide, growing like crazy. And they launched with this brand that we created for them. And I won't go through all of their brand fundamentals, but one of the things that is cool about their business is that with the Wise Coatings and this idea of, we created a visual that fit within that, and they're very big on information. It's one of their key aptitudes. And so on their website, they actually allow you to upload a photo of any room in your house, and you can instantly see what your new floor will look like. Now, they took the time and the money to invest in that particular piece of technology because it's an investment in how they want their brand experience to work based off of their unique aptitudes, their personality, their belief, right? So this is just another example of how doubling down on who you are can actually pay off really big in the long term, and you just create something that everyone likes a lot more. They love it a lot more. They prefer it more, right? Not only your employees, but especially your customers, because you're creating something that is of higher value for them. And so basically the goal is that we're giving you the system to become different, authentic, and clear. And every other business, as they apply the status quo, the industry norms, nobody can tell why they would want to do business with you, with these companies. But you stand out because you've actually defined these things, and they're inherently unique because they're based off of uniquely who you are. I want to show you a video as well. This is another brand that we created called Cardinal Concrete Coatings. Let's just see real quick what Ryan Daves has to say. Hold on.
When we hired Prolific, we were able to actually build a brand in the community and actually establish ourselves as a market leader. So nice. Yeah, it's been exciting. What I love too about kind of onboarding with Prolific was the discovery phase. I mean, it was absolutely eye-opening to discover like who we were, kind of where we're looking to go, like why are we doing this? And I believe like with the brand that you built, if I was a customer, like I would see that vision.
So one thing that you'll see that you heard there and that you'll hear from many of our customers is they always talk about the onboarding process. And what they're talking about is that strategy sessions that we go through, because before we go into that, they have a very vague idea of really who they are. The cool thing is that it's inherently there, but we're able to draw it out and then create the visuals and create the definition around your brand fundamentals for you to actually have something that you can scale out, bring awareness to with your marketing, but then that awareness inherently is putting a spotlight on your key differences, who you guys are, and what you stand to accomplish for your customers, and allows you to really have some tremendous results from that. But the logo is that representation of your brand, and those are, that's how we're creating those. And it starts with that strategy and research, where we'll do basically like a 2-hour brand strategy call with you. We'll both have a very clear idea of exactly who you guys are, and you'll come out knowing these things exactly. Then we move into the next stage of the project is concepting and creating your designs. And so we come up with the actual visuals for your brand. And if you, these are just the logos, but then once we lock in the logo, then we move into your vehicle wrap if you have that, or stationery and things like that if you have these sorts of things. And then we basically, once we get all your things approved, we package those and launch, and you have an actual brand system at the end of this. Your typefaces are noted, your colors are noted, do's and don'ts of your logos and brand use. And so when you go to work with somebody in a marketing capacity, maybe it's a online ad, it's very simple because you're able to tell them exactly what you guys, your exact key differences, who you guys are, what you stand for, and then just give them this whole sort of brand system package that you have from us, and you're good, you're done. And so it allows you to really scale quickly with your outward communication because you have a actual system in place. You're not always reinventing the wheel. So this is what we really try to help you with here. And if you want to see some more examples of some different work that we've done, some before and afters, and customer testimonials and that sort of thing, also with our packages with all the pricing, you can go on our website, and it's prolificbranddesign.com, and you can check all this out. It's all on there, and we'd love to work with you to help you make your brand prolific and help you to create something that truly stands out in your market, allows you to differentiate and separate from everything else out there. If I'm creating a product on a shelf in a grocery store, I want to look like I belong in that aisle. But how do I then stand out from everything else on the shelf? And that's what we help our customers do, and that's what we'd love to help you do. If you're ready to get started on this, and I will personally be walking you through all of this strategy stuff. And the strategy element, again, isn't as sexy, but it is what gets you the results and a bigger bottom line. That's pretty sexy, right? So we help you get there, and we're going to give you all the visuals as well that you guys can really get excited about and your team can rally around. So you really start to look, authentic to who you guys are in the market. Thanks so much, and hope you have a good one. Look forward to working with you soon.